Huh? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Overboy and I'm going to be doing my review of the 1969 movie True Grit. So in this movie, the murder of her father sends teenage tomboy Maddie Ross on a mission to bring justice to her father after his death at the hands of Tom Chaney, and she recruits tough old Marshal Rooster Cogburn because of his true grit and reputation of getting the job done, and he is also looking for Ned Pepper, a outlaw who escaped him a long time ago and is planning on bringing him to justice as well. And this is a really fun movie. I absolutely love the original True Grit. It's one of the Western movies that I watched a lot as a kid with my grandpa. He was a big John Wayne fan and everything, and I didn't watch a lot of John Wayne movies with him. I watched quite a few and everything, but I didn't watch a lot. But this is one of the ones that we watched quite a bit and everything, and it was one of my favorites. As a kid, it probably was my favorite. I don't know if nowadays that I could say it's my favorite John Wayne movie, because I personally feel like The Cowboys is probably a little bit better. But this is a pretty good movie, though. It has a really good cast in here. John Wayne is really great as Rooster Cogburn and everything. He actually won an Oscar for this role, and I know a lot of people say it's not his best role and stuff, and it might not be. I haven't seen enough of his stuff to say, but out of the stuff I've seen, this is probably my personal favorite movie of his. Everything. I just absolutely love him as Rooster Cogburn. I think he was just great in this movie. And Glenn Campbell as LaBeef was pretty good too. I'm not a big Glenn Campbell fan. I don't really like much of his music. I think Grindstone Cowboy is probably the only song of his that I really like a lot. But I thought he was good as LaBeef, and did a good job in this movie. And Kim Darby as Maddie Ross was great too. Not quite as good as Haley Steinfeld in the remake. That's the only thing about the remake that I'd say was better than this one, is Maddie Ross was played better by Haley Steinfeld than Kim Darby, but I think Kim Darby still did a really great job and everything, and she was perfect for this version of the story. And then you got Jeff Corey as Tom Chaney, the villain, the main one they're going after, and he's pretty good. He doesn't have a lot of screen time, but he's good in the little bit that he does. And then you got the legendary Robert Duvall as Ned Pepper, who is kind of the main villain for Rooster Cogburn in this movie. He's the one that they have a past and everything, and we don't see it, we just hear it through exposition dialogue that he escaped Rooster one time before and everything, and Rooster's wanting to get him and bring him to justice too and everything. And there's a big shootout between Ned Pepper and his gang and Rooster Cogburn, and it's a lot of fun. It's one of my favorite scenes in the movie, is the big shootout between the three of them at the end when they're all riding the horses and stuff. It's a lot of fun and everything, and this movie is just really entertaining. It's got beautiful cinematography, which most westerns do. That's kind of just a given. It's one of the things that are great about western movies, is they have great cinematography, and this one's no exception. It looks really good and everything, and the violence for this movie being rated G is pretty good. There's actually more blood in this movie than I think I've seen in any other G-rated movie. Everything just shows how much the times have changed. This movie came out nowadays, it would have at least been PG-13 like the remake was. But I really enjoyed this movie quite a bit, and I think John Wayne does a good job playing the drunk version of Rooster Cogburn. He doesn't go all the way with it. He's not like full, he doesn't really look like he's drunk all the time, but he plays him in a fun way and everything, and he's just got a lot of likable charm as Rooster Cogburn and everything, and I really love him as this character. We've got to see him play the character twice, and I'll be reviewing the sequel to this one here pretty soon, which a lot of people probably don't even know exists. But True Grit is a really fun time and everything. It's got a really good story. I love how it builds up everything. It takes about an hour for them to really get going on their adventure and stuff, but I like that too, that it kind of builds up the world and lets you get introduced to the characters and everything. And the third act is pretty good too. I will say that it wasn't really realistic that Maddie didn't lose her arm and stuff. It kind of had a happy ending, and the remake kind of had a sad ending and everything. I'm guessing the remake was more realistic, like the book or whatever. But I still enjoy this for what it is. It's just a fun escapism movie that doesn't overstay its welcome. It's only about a little bit over 2 hours, and it's a good time and everything. And like I said, it has really great performances from the whole cast. Everybody is great in their roles and everything. Like I said, Robert Duvall is one of the highlights for me, even though he's not in this movie very much. I wish he was in it a lot more, because he's a really great actor, and he does such a good job playing villains. He doesn't do it very often, but when he does, he's really good at it. And he's really good at playing villains in Western movies and everything, because he was really good in Joe Kidd as well and everything. I think he was even better in that movie because he had a lot more screen time in that one, but he was really good in True Grit and everything. The man's a legend. To me, he's just as much of a legend as John Wayne was at the time. Or at that time, Robert Duvall hadn't became the legend that he is now, but I mean, because he was still starting out. But I mean, nowadays I'd consider him the same kind of legend that John Wayne is considered and everything. He's just a really great actor and everything. So I'd give True Grit a 9.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed this one quite a bit. Like I said, a lot of it plays into the nostalgia too. It's one of my favorites. I grew up watching this one, so I kind of have a lot of love for it that most people my age wouldn't. I don't know hardly anybody that would say that this one's better than the remake, but I'm one of the few people that would say it, except maybe my grandparents' generation. But like I said, that comes down to partially because I grew up with this one, and I've always had a love for this movie and everything, and I forgot how much I really liked it and everything. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of True Grit from 1969, and I hope you enjoy this video, and have a good day, everybody.